excited because here with me there is a friend. Ciao Mary, how
Hello.
are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And I'm very excited because I want to know her story, your experience in the raw vegan world.
Well, I was already a vegan when I read this book that I found rather eye-opening, really, by a lady called Elaine Bruce, and she had a centre in the UK called the UK Centre for Living Foods. So I read in the book that she does courses from time to time, I think maybe only twice a year. So I decided I'd go to her next one. So I went to her next course with a view to becoming more raw. And during the course she asked us all to write a letter stating our intentions and that she would post it to us in 6 months. And she did that, and 6 months later I got the letter and I stated my intention that by 3 months I would be 50% raw, I would be raw for breakfast, you know, the usual, and in a year I would be 75% raw. But as it happens, I came home raw after a week.
Wow!
I came back, I landed, my husband picked me up, I said, oh, I'd love some tea and toast. And we went home. He said, sit down, I'll make you some tea and toast. So I sat on the couch, he brought me over some tea and toast, and I said, what? It was so disappointing.
Yeah.
I had been thinking about tea and toast for the day, but when I got it, I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And from then on, I was raw.
So, and how many years now?
That was 2005, so it's 12 years.
Oh my goodness, fantastic, amazing. And how do you feel?
I feel fantastic, as long as I stay raw. If I deviate, which I have done occasionally, just it would be only a once-off thing. I wouldn't deviate for a day or anything, but I would have occasionally eaten something cooked, but I do find that it very much drags me down. I can almost feel it instantaneously. I feel a drop in my energy levels, I feel a change in my body. And I say, why did I do that?
Yeah, you feel regret, but
You
sometimes it's just the brain, but now you're really clean and
Yes.
detoxed.
Because I'm clean and detoxed, I can believe what my body tells me. So if it says it wants something, I can trust it. It's habits are things that are quite easy to change. People don't realize that, but everything you do in life is just a habit, and you can change your habits. We have picked up our eating habits, we picked them up in childhood, but we can change them. And the thing I would really like to get through to people is that I get just as much pleasure from my food as they do from theirs. People look at me and they think I'm depriving myself.
Yeah.
I love my food.
Yeah,
I would not change to their food for anything.
And Mary, she has a lovely papaya big here for dinner.
Yeah, I love it. And what I'm saying to people is, if you develop the habit of eating healthy food, you will love that habit just as much as the habits you have now.
Exactly.
Because that is what life is about. It's about habits. We do things because it's what we feel comfortable with, it's what we're used to doing. We can change that. We can do it different. Just make up your mind, change, do it differently. You will have just as much fun, with the added advantage that you'll feel great while having the fun.
Exactly, without counting the fact that sometimes we should dare to be right, like the quote that you have here on your t-shirts. We were going to Dublin together, there was also Andrea with us, and we were thinking about some quotes. Here I have eat sexy, because really for me this food is sexy. And Mary, her quote was dare to be right, and absolutely I think is
yes, and I suppose the reason I put dare into it is because you have to have a certain amount of courage if you're going to go out and be that different.
Brava.
You know, and I do live my life in a different way to most people, and that probably does now. For most people it would take courage. For me, it's just stubborn obstinance, because that's the way I am, you know.
I'm really happy that after 2 years meeting each other, we had the chance at least to have a kind of nice conversation.
An official chat.
An official chat.
Yes.
Also because now you are very famous, so I have to treat you, because I saw an article of you on the newspaper.
Yes, I'm afraid so, yes. Yes, I don't really like publicity, so in some ways I did regret doing that, but then I said to myself, if it touches one individual, even one, then that will have made it worthwhile. And the same thing for this. If one person, I mean, all I did was pick up a book at an airport, and that lady changed my life, because what she said made so much sense. And if one person listens to me and gets the same message, then it's worth it.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Holy words, and I can tell you that my daughter has been touched. I'm really happy of this interview with you, and I really wish to everyone to meet Mary and to chat with her, because it's a gift. Thank you, Mary.
It was my
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you.
And thank you.